Going live. Let's see. Hello, 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 everyone. I hope you are well. This is Melissa with Origins of Peace, and I am here for week 6 of Empower Your Week. So let me tell you, I was trying to go live from my website today, but unfortunately, I'm having a little trouble doing so. So I'm going to have to spend some more time this week getting that all set up because I really would like to go live directly from my website. But in the meantime, we're going to continue using StreamYard. So we should be live on YouTube and Facebook right now. And if you are watching me from either one of those platforms, just let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. And I just need to take about 30 seconds to let the folks know that we are not live from my page and that we are on those other platforms. So just bear with me for a minute, because if you didn't know, now you can sign up directly through email to receive our weekly worksheets. And we have a lot of folks that do that. So if you would like to receive the worksheet directly to your inbox, just send me an email at support@originsofpeace.com, and I'll share that a little later, as we go through this. But let me shoot them an email right quick. Let me see. Due to technical difficulty, because it's okay to be transparent when you have a little trouble. Let's see. We are live on YouTube. And where did I say? Facebook. Links below. Links are below. Okay, let's see. All right, so hopefully we can get the folks over there who have been anticipating this all day. So let me send it, and then let me come back over here to you. Okay, so welcome to week 6 of Empower Your Week. Again, my name is Melissa Rivers. I am the owner and CEO of Origins of Peace. Origins of Peace is a conflict resolution boutique where we help you think outside of the box to solve those issues that are troubling you at home and at work. We use creativity. We use that out of the ordinary thinking. We use our hands to make things, to solve issues, and just to collaborate and work together. Just to give you a different perspective on how to overcome challenges, how to overcome things that may be, just bothering you or troubling you that you may not know the answer, just how to resolve it. So we help you reel that energy in and how to create those peaceful solutions. That is our specialty at Origins of Peace. Now, we missed last week because, as I told you the week before, I was doing a book launch. And you remember, I was praying for good results. I was already thanking the Lord in advance that we were going to have a bestseller. And you know what? The Lord exceeded my expectations, because not only were we a bestseller, we were bestseller in 4 categories. And to go along with that, we were hot new release in 4 categories. So if you have not picked up your digital copy of From God with Love, Finding Peace Within, it is available on Amazon right now. So go grab your copy. But you know what? In a couple of weeks, the physical book will be available as well. So you can go to my website, originsofpeace.com/ From God with Love. Yes. And you can secure your copy through pre-sale. So I anticipate those orders going out in October. I was just doing some finalizing on the format, getting everything, ready to go. So yes, big things were happening. And in addition to releasing a bestseller, because you're going to hear me say that a lot, probably if you hang around Origins of Peace long enough. But in addition to releasing this bestseller, I also debuted the Peaceful Pages Journal Bar. The journal bar is a DIY experience where you can create your own journal. So if you have a fall retreat coming up, or we have the holiday season coming up, or if you have a day retreat, a daycation schedule, a girls' weekend coming up, if you have that those goal planning sessions for your business, for your nonprofit, for your organizations coming up, and you want to create a custom journal for those experiences, tap me in, coach, because I'm ready to help you make a custom journal for that. And while we're on it, Origins of Peace is releasing their first custom journal. And of course, it is a spiritual journal. And the title is A Peculiar Kind of Faith. A Peculiar Kind of Faith. I don't know if you can see that, but shout out to Coach Tam of Journal Maker University, who helped me learn how to create journals. And I am forever indebted to her for that, because I love that I have the ability to do that. So A Peculiar Kind of Faith is the story of Rahab, where I break down the story of Rahab into teachings and learning steps and actionable worksheets. I don't know if you can see that very well, but trying to position it. But there's all kind of stuff in here to help you go from ordinary to extraordinary. Because if you know the story of Rahab, you know that she started from the bottom, but she didn't stay there. So that is a lesson. There is a lesson in it. So don't hesitate to get your copy of A Peculiar Kind of Faith when this becomes available. I just need to secure the copyright on this beauty before I release it to the masses. And then, I think it will be very beneficial for those who want to study it. Yeah. So this week we are back and in full effect with Empower Your Week. Hey, Lisa, thank you for joining in. So if you notice, I changed up our worksheet just a little bit. I added some graphics here, added, just a little bit more meat to those weekly worksheets. Same questions that we go through each and every week, but, I just wanted to put in a different format, because as I just showed you the Peculiar Kind of Faith journal that will be released soon, there's also the Empower Your Week journal that is being finalized and will be available soon as well. So now you can have a portfolio of the different challenges, different things that you experience at work. They got you looking at the side of your eye like, who they talking to and what did they say and how did I respond? Am I okay with what I did? Now you'll have a portfolio where you can keep all of these things together. You can flip back and reference, in week 2, such and such said, and I responded. And now we're in week 6 and I don't want to do that again. So let me go back, check what I did, check myself, and make sure that I'm going into this new meeting with fresh eyes, with a fresh perspective and a fresh response form. Because if I didn't act the way or respond the way that I wanted to do the first time, believe me, you won't catch me off guard the second time. So by having this journal in your pocketbook, in your briefcase, and whatever you carry to your job, or, if you work from home, you can just keep it right by your computer. But now you'll have those archives that you can reference, that you can go back to, so that you'll know that, hey, I don't want to repeat this mistake again if I responded out of character, or, hey, this happened before. Let me see what the outcome was and what situation was happening, so that I can reference it and not repeat anything that I don't want to repeat. Okay. But that is the Empower Your Week journal. That one will be released soon as well. Also working on the copyright for that one and finalizing the structure. But all of these will be available in October, along with the physical copy of From God with Love. All right. Cool. All right, so let's jump right in to our strategy planning for this week. So our quote for the week is, in the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. And that is a quote by Albert Einstein. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. And I don't know if you can see my worksheet very well, but like I said, If you subscribe, if you send me an email to support@originsofpeace.com, then you'll get this workshop delivered directly into your inbox each week. Okay. But just going off of that quote, I want you to start reflecting on situations that happened over the past 7 days. Were there any obstacles? Were there any difficult situations that I found myself in? You know, did something not pan out the way that I wanted it to? When I, thought that I planned for it very well, I thought that I strategized, I thought that I was prepared, I thought that I was ready. Did something just not go the way that you thought it would go? What difficulties came up? And then in the same token, I want you to think and think hard. Are there any opportunities that I missed that are in that challenge? Are there any opportunities that I missed that were available in that challenge? So that's why I want you to start with your journal this week, with a clean sheet of paper, whatever you use to take your notes on each week. What came up for you last week that was a little challenging, a little difficult, but there may have been an opportunity there that you missed. And that's where we're going to get started. So, what was the situation? What happened? Who said it? Why? What were you attempting to do? Was it a meeting? Was it a last minute ask? Did an email come right when you were about to log off and it caught you off guard? What was it? What situation came up that caught you off guard, caused you to get somebody to side eye, or caused you to think about, you know what, I don't like the way that they spoke to me. I don't like that tone. There appears to be something shady in this communication. I just want you to think about it fully and completely. What was the situation and what happened? Now, whether or not you write down who did it, that's up to you. You know your relationships and the different things that you experienced on the job. And it doesn't just have to be on the job. It can be at home too, because we all have those situations where stuff just don't go how you think it's supposed to go. And, it might catch you off guard to where you respond out of character, or you don't put your best foot forward. Let's put it like that. So now that you know the situation and you've had a few minutes to write it down, how did you react, friend? How did you react? Did you take a minute? Just take a minute to manufacture a response that was professional and pleasing? Or did you just come off the cuff and be like, you know what? I'm sick of this. You done said this to me more than one time. So what are you really getting at? Or like, is there some type of hidden message that you're trying to give me and you're not fully saying it? Like, what is it? Let's just get to it so we can deal with it. So what was your reaction? And I want you to write that down. How did you react to the situation? And it could have been one situation, or it might have been more than one. But this is the time to reflect on anything that had you feeling not so hospitable. So now that you've documented your results, well, you documented how you reacted, what were the results? So when you responded, what was the outcome? Did things go in your favor? Were you left feeling empowered and enlightened and inspired by how things transpired? Or were you like, man, this is just a waste of my time? Or I could have did this a different way. I could have responded differently. What was your reaction and what were the results? And then also note, were you satisfied with the outcome? It takes a big person to know that even though there may be some challenge and some strife and some things that you deal with where things don't quite go the way that you expect them to go, and then you don't respond the way that you would have liked to respond. It takes a big person to know that, to um, admit when, they responded out of emotion instead of out of tact. So this is your opportunity to purge all of those things and to start this week off fresh. So after this call, if this is really a time for you to reflect over what happened the past 7 days, past 14 days, because we didn't meet last week. But if things didn't go the way that you wanted them to go, you didn't respond the way that you wanted to, the results didn't work out in your favor, even though, you thought you were doing what you were supposed to do. Make a note of all of these things so that you can reflect on them going forward. So that because everything is a test. So whenever it comes back, because it's going to come back, now you'll know how to handle them. Okay? So those are your reflections. This is the reflection for the week. And like I tell you, we use the STAR method to do our reflections. So if you are in the process of looking for a job or preparing to look for a job, remember the STAR method, because most interviewers use this technique. There's a point. I'm saying this because there's a point for me using this format. And that is to get you into the practice of writing down your stuff and just being really detailed with it. So the STAR method is situation, task, action, result. So when you're in an interview, most of the time your interviewer is going to ask you, what was the situation? What tasks were you complete? What tasks did you complete? What were your actions and what were your results? So the same thing, the same format that someone else uses to decide whether or not you're qualified to work at a company or to have a position or to do whatever it is that that you're trying to do. Use it on yourself, because that's how you can qualify your responses. That's how you can build your personal database of how, and kind of gauge how you respond to situations, the tasks that you do, the results that you're generating. And you have a written record of that. And this is for you. This is for nobody else but for you. And this is a tool of empowerment for you. Okay? So after you take time to do your reflections, I want you to stop and I want you to stretch. I want you to put your hands up high and I just want you to breathe. Just breathe and let it out. Because there's a lot of things that happen, in our workplace. If you're a business owner, a lot of things happen when you're trying to network and collaborate and make things happen and make business moves. A lot of things happen. So as you reflect and you start to remember those things, I want you to take a minute and take a deep breath. Inhale and then exhale. Okay? All right. So your intentions for the week. What are your intentions for this week? What do you desire for the week ahead? What you got going on? What tasks do you need to do? What projects are coming up? What meetings do you have? Who's on your radar that you need to kick it with, check in with, have lunch with? Who can you tap on the shoulder to just kind of maybe be a mentor, maybe be an advocate or a sponsor for you on the job, or even in your business community? Who can you tap on the shoulder and just say, hey friend, you have a minute where we can check in, because this is what I'm going through and I could really use your input on a situation. So what do you desire for this week? Second question, are you mentally and emotionally prepared to get it? Did you get some rest this weekend? That is the biggest question. Did you get some rest, or did you spend time running around, not having that quality time that you need to decompress and to get your thoughts together? I'll tell you, I went to a wonderful service this morning, my daughter invited me to go to church with her, and it was beautiful. But I'm gonna tell you, the air in there was on extra Arctic. So the air was blowing. So now I feel like my throat is kind of raspy. It's kind of scratchy, but I feel really good after that service. The word was wonderful. I feel like I just had a chance to unwind, to release some feelings of tension that I had building up in my shoulders because I've just been on go so much. I have a new opportunity starting next week, well, this week. So I just felt like I've really had a chance to kind of decompress and start afresh, start new. And I'm in a really good space for that. So my desire for this week is to put my best foot forward. First of all, I desire to take care of this throat because, like I said, it's raspy. So I'm going to handle that after this live. But I am going into this new opportunity with fresh eyes, with a new perspective, with a positive mindset, to go in, to do what I need to do, to make the connections that I need to make, and just, do a good job. Just do a good job. So what do you desire for this week? And are you mentally and emotionally prepared to get what it is that you say you desire? If you're not, it's time to strategize right now because it is 7:25. So you have just a few hours before it's time to turn in, go to bed, and get started for next week, right? So what can you do now to make the week ahead smoother for you? First thing on the worksheet, we always talk about meal prep. The little image says eat balanced meals. So how do you do that? Because when you get into the work week and you're in the middle of everything, if you're anything like me, it's bam, 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 bam. From the time you get up, say your prayers, hit the exercise bike, and then you're looking at calendars and it's on and popping from there. Like you're just going from one thing to the next. And sometimes if you're not paying attention, you might double book yourself. So you got your cell phone in one meeting, your computer on another meeting, and then things just go. And then you looked up and it's 3:00 and you still haven't had lunch. And how can you prepare, friend? If you have not found the taste for meal prep, do that because it makes life so much easier. Meal prep has become so trendy now, but it is just so functional. You can meal prep and place your meals in little mason jars, or you can get the containers from like Walmart, Target, whatever your retailer of choice is. And they make those containers so cute now. Like, oof, yeah. So meal prep, do it for at least 3 days. I can't go over 3 days. I'm just telling you, I can't go over 3 days. So I have to meal prep at least twice a week because after 3 days, I ain't got nothing for you. I have to start over completely. So decide what you want. And while you're deciding what you want, make sure it's healthy things that you're putting into your containers. I'm a vegan, so it's going to be some lentils for me. It's going to be some mushrooms. I can pretty much tell you. Sometimes it's some purple cabbage. I love asparagus. So those are the type of things that are going into my meal prep kit. Okay. So try meal prep. And let me move on down here. I know we got started a little bit late, but I want to still respect your time. Okay, so can you plan for at least 30 minutes of exercise daily? It's very important to get up, move your body. It helps with your energy, your focus. It just helps you boost your mood as well. So we talk about this every week. Have you started that 30-minute exercise plan? I've been telling you for weeks that I have been mentally preparing myself to move from the treadmill to my bike. I have finally got it. I have finally gotten into the routine. I had to start off slow. I started off with doing like 10-minute increments 3 times a day until I kind of got myself in a routine of riding my exercise bike. Now I can knock out those 30 minutes, put something good in my headphones, or either connect to the Peloton app, and I'm just gone. And now I love it. the other day I did 30 minutes twice because, those endorphins were going and I felt so good. And I was like, okay, let me go back and, do a second set of exercise. But while you're doing that, let me also tell you that if you have an Apple Watch, there are challenges that you can take. I don't know it off the top of my head. I don't have my phone right here. But there are different challenges that you can take with your friends or your crew, whoever, that will help you stay on track. So if you get in a challenge, then it's just more than you. You have accountability partners. So you can challenge yourself each day. And as you see your friends completing their 30 minutes of exercise, their 30 minutes of movement, burning those calories. And there's even a stand goal. So how many times you get up, to stretch your body and just stand. There's that goal as well. But if you're having trouble staying on track, try that. Try joining one of those apps. And I'll have the app, the name of it, next week for you, because we are running a little bit behind today. So let me get through this because I wanted to tell you. So to get you into the mindset of, accomplishing your goals for the week, tap into your values and your strengths to achieve those goals. So let me just share. I hope you can still see my screen. No, you can't. So let me stop. And then let me present right quick. Okay, so listen. Yeah. All right. So what you can do. Yes. Okay. So to tap into your desires for the week and what you have going on, the projects that you need to complete, tap into your strengths and your values. Have you taken a strength finders test? If you haven't, send me that email at support@originsofpeace.com. Support, the @ originsofpeace.com. And I will send you a link. We can talk about it for you to take your free test. And then we can talk about it and, you can determine what your top ones are. But my top ones are spirituality, appreciation of beauty, fairness, equity, and justice, gratitude, and creativity. Those are the things that I tap into to make my work week as productive as I possibly can. Those are my strengths. Those are where I naturally lean into. So those are the things that get me going, that keep me feeling good, that keep me feeling on top of my game, to where, work doesn't seem like work. It just seems like I'm creating a new product, or I'm creating a new opportunity to collaborate and meet with others. Okay. So tap into your strengths. Also, remember your values. What do you want to express? Is it respect that you're trying to express? Is it transparent communication? Like whatever it is it virtue? Like whatever it is, the values that you want to illustrate through the week, tap into those. And then I have one more thing that I want to share. Let me go back to our worksheet. Yeah. Yes, there we go. Okay. Your stretch goal for this week. And remember, shoot me that email, support@originsofpeace.com. Your stretch goal for this week. Declutter an area in your home and reflect on how you feel in that space afterwards. Okay. You know what? Sometimes we get a whole lot of stuff in a little small area that we think we there's nowhere else for it to go. This is the best place for it, but it ends up being a whole lot of stuff in your way. Try that decluttering this week and see how it makes you feel, because having a clean and open space, it boosts your creativity. It makes your ideas flow more easily. You just feel good. You feel free. You feel liberated to just move freely and create. So try a little bit of decluttering, okay? And then the last thing that I want to share, because, I have been praying us out. So I want to close with the scripture that was shared at church today, because that thing got me so good this morning. It was Mark chapter 9, verses, it was verses 14 through 24. But verse 23 and 24 got me, and it said something to me. So I'm gonna probably write about this later. But basically it was talking about, your belief in Jesus and what he can do in your life. And verse 23 says, if you can, said Jesus, because it was the story about the man who was the father who was looking for some healing for his son. And he went to the disciples, and the disciples couldn't do it. So then when Jesus walked through, he said, if you can, Jesus, can you heal my son, basically. So 23 says, if you can, said Jesus, like, if I can, like I'm Jesus. But it says, if you can, Jesus, said Jesus, everything is possible for one who believes. So that's the part I want you to key in on. Everything is possible for one who believes. So as you go through this new week, do you believe that it is possible for you to have a peaceful and productive week? Do you believe that it is possible for you to get along with the people that you normally don't get along with? Is it possible for you to glide through this week without your nerves being shot because somebody done got on them and you just don't know what else to do to make the situations better? Do you believe it is possible? Because everything stems at the feet of possibility. So I want you to hold on to that today. And then verse 24 says, immediately the boy's father exclaimed, I do believe. Help me overcome my belief. So my prayer for all of us this week is that we will ask the Lord to help us to overcome our unbelief, wherever that is, in our work, in our life, in our business, in our career, in our family, in our money, in whatever it is. Lord, help me overcome my unbelief, because I know that all things are possible through you. I know that everything is possible in you. So Father God, just help me where I struggle. Help me to keep going. Help me to make it. Help me to believe. Okay. That is it. I am 5 minutes over, and I'm going to stop right there. Even though I could keep going on with this, I'm going to stop. So thank you for tuning in this evening. I apologize for the technical difficulty, but we will have it worked out by next week. So have a wonderful week. Be at peace on purpose, and email me at support@originsofpeace.com to get this worksheet delivered directly into your inbox. And if you have any questions about anything that we spoke about, if you want to get that link to that assessment to understand what your strengths are, email me. All right. Peace. Have a good week. Bye-bye.